What's going on, everybody? In today's video, we're looking at a WEN 2000 watt generator. Now, for those of you that don't know, I service these as a warranty for their company. So this is a warranty. It's a year old, and we're going to find out what's wrong. It's a no start. So when it comes to no start, you need three things to start. You need spark, compression, and a fuel. So we're going to find out what's wrong with it. It doesn't have easy access to get to anything besides the oil and the spark plug. So in order to actually look at anything, you have to undo all the screws. So now that we got access to it, I guess the first thing we could do is check for some spark. We can do that by just pulling off the spark plug here, putting in our spark plug tester, and as always, guys, I have links in the description to get any of the products I use. If you guys are interested in anything, even if you gotta just go and click on it and check it out. So let's see if there is any kind of spark. We got spark. So that's a good thing. Well, actually, to be honest, no spark is a lot easier to fix than what I think it is. Now, you can spray carburetor cleaner in there and see if it's going to start, but I already know that, well, you know what? Let's check. You can just pull off this hose here. This is common on most all inverters. We could even undo it from the valve itself, because I think we're going to have to take off the valve cover and see. Now, right down here, you just put your little hose in here. Fill it up with some carburetor cleaner. Turn it on. Open up the choke. Turn off the eco throttle and give it a pull. See if she does anything. Open the choke all the way. And I'm getting nothing. I am getting a bit of a whistle, which could be spark arrestor, but I have a feeling that it has to do with these valves here. So we're going to take off this valve cover, and I'm hoping I don't have to do nothing too drastic to get this off. Nope, I have access to it. So that one didn't unscrew all the way. Perfect. So now that we got that, let's see if we can pry this valve cover off and take a peek inside, shall we? Let's look. Let's see if they're rolling. They're rolling. Hang on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that spark plug. And I'm going to do that just so I can find top dead center. Adjust these valves up and see if that just fixes the problem. And if that solves our problem, then hallelujah. But nothing's broken, and it could just be spark arrestor, to be honest. So while I'm here, let me pull this spark plug out first. It's looking good, looking clean. You guys can't see it, but I'm looking in the hole here. I'm just playing around. Now, someone told me another way to adjust the valves by pushing it all the way down and then adjusting the loose one. So the intake seems a little tight. So what I'll do is I'll just loosen the intake one. Okay, I got it to now where I can give it a little adjustment. I'm using a 5/16, which is going to be the washer for the adjustment. The locking nut. Once you loosen it, you should be able to twist back this little square one. Let me pull out my feeler gauges. I always use the gold one. It's 0.010 or 0.10. From here we can get an adjustment going. Go ahead and tighten that. Oh, that might be a little loose. Gotta get it a little tighter. Now we'll get it tightened. Okay. Now, before we do anything and put this back on and see if she's running, let's look at this spark arrestor. Now, let's see if I can get to it. You know what? I'll just take this off. It'll be a lot easier to get to the spark arrestor. I heard a bit of a whistle, so this thing might be plugged up. We'll find out. I'm hoping it's nothing too bad. And so far it's looking like the customer did everything right, so it's going to fall under warranty and not customer fault. Okay, now that we have that panel off, we can take a Phillips in here, just undo it. And since this wasn't running, it's cold, but try not to do this after you ran it. Let it cool down for at least an hour. Oh, look at that. That is plugged up. You cannot see through it. So I'll show you how to clean a spark arrestor. It's pretty easy to do. Now you can just take it off and I don't like that. Oh, look at all that carbon coming out. But what you do, just bust off all the big flakes like this. Now you can already see, well, we still can't see through it all the way. And what I'd like to do from there, so let me see if I have a wire wheel anywhere. Now you can heat it up with a torch, kind of like cleaning a spark plug. But I like to use a little wire wheel. I guess I could just put one on the end of my impact here. Now, for those of you saying, hey, why aren't you wearing gloves? You never want to wear gloves while using a wire wheel or any kind of loose clothing. Right now, I'm just spraying it with brake cleaner. But now, look, you should be able to see through that now. This one's really thick. I can see through it. Let me show you. There you go. So, now that that's all cleaned out, I am going to just blow some compressed air through there just to get any loose stuff out. Now we can put that back in there. Line it up with the hole and start it. I should have just checked this first since I heard that whistle. And that whistle is a clear sign of your spark arrestor. So if you're wondering about sounds, that's going to help you. Is listening for certain things, which you'll learn over time doing this. Perfect. So I'm not going to put this back on yet, just in case I want to take that spark arrestor off. And it's not going to hurt anything. We will put the valve cover back on. Hand start everything. Always, 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 always hand start everything. See, that one caught up a little bit. If I would have drove it in, it's going to strip it out. So at least now, yeah, that's my number one tip, is like hand start everything. You can even go all the way down by hand and then tighten it up. Normally you're not going to have too much of a problem if you're using hand tools, but if you're using power tools, you'll end up stripping that faster than you can imagine. And it's not a pleasant experience replacing it or fixing it. Let's clean off our spark plug real quick. We'll just hit it with the wire wheel. Nothing too fancy, just enough. And part of the warranty that I'm supposed to check is to see if the spark plug's the same, or have they replaced it, but this one looks fairly good. It is the same spark plug that WEN recommends. Right there, just a little past hand tight. Now, I don't have to put on this tube, but I'm going to because I think we got it. So let's push the spark plug back in. Let's put the tube back on. Now let's get it on the ground and fire it up. And then we'll plug something into it and see if it's producing power. Everything should be good. Oh, there we go, baby. Choke it out. No, don't die on me. God damn it. Let's let it warm up. Let it warm up a bit. I'm going to plug in this heavy duty pump. It overloaded it. I think this pump produces way too many watts. So we're going to use this light here to test it. I think this pump's producing too many watts, which one of the reasons I have another inverter is because they say it used to run the pump, but now it doesn't. So I wonder if that's a problem with the pump rather than the generator, because this 2000 watt can't run it. That 2000 watt can't run it. I might try to fix that Honda and see if that'll fix it, but let's start this bad boy up, shall we? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I service WEN, so I can make a report saying there was nothing wrong. I cleaned up, charge them my rate or whatever. It's the only time I ever use an hourly rate is with the warranties, because I do Pulsar, I do WEN, Champion, and Honda now. So it's a pain in the ass paid instantly. Like back there, I just got paid. So, but thank you for watching. Do all that fun stuff, like, subscribe, hit it up. You know what to do. Look at that cat. This one ain't even mine. It's neighbor's cat. This cat says, subscribe to this channel. He's a good kitty. Thank you for watching.